for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them the wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
It is time to go racing for the Target Series here at the Milwaukee Mile in Wisconsin for the running of the Overton's 300. Alex Reynolds in the 23 cars on the pole for today's race. Who's outside starting in second, the 60 of Jack Marshall. Then third place it is Code Luigi. Fourth we have Jay Rando. Rounding out the top five is Adam McDowell in the 20 car. Sixth place we have Jonathan Beeford. In seventh it's Eli Bright. Eighth for Edwin Mendez. Ninth Trey Rainey. And Kashan Richardson in the 29 rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Danny Lloyd, who's outside the 11 of Keegan Thompson. Then we have Luke Ray in the 22 with the 5 of Jeff Wright. And there's Oliver Evans and Brett Sierra in the 98 car, along with Freddie Soto and Marshall Burrow in the 89. And there's Nongan Scott and Justin Zeidel in the 99 car. With Jonathan Raines, the 02, he comes in as our points leader. Jake Gowie, the 18, to his outside. Riley Spurgeon, winner of the last race at Richmond, looking for his third win of the season. Bronson Mick, the 12, to his inside. Then there's Alex Fletcher and Andrew Bean, the 05, with Nathan Green and Landon Lyons in the 10. And there's Jack Canaramo and Zachary DeLello, with Carson Bowers and Anthony Ness in the 31. And there's Matt Diswell, second in points, and John Smith, the 09, to his inside. Then we have Jennifer Beeford and Sebastian Kukulon, Casey Nacco, Evan Hunter, rounding out the field, Tyler Fink and Leanne Capana are in the final row for the Overton's 300 start. Let's go track time, fire these hundreds up with the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
Crank it up. Daddy, how are you? You right up there? Where you at? Yes, sir.
40 engines ready to do battle at the Milwaukee Mile for the first time ever in the Target Series. We've come to this track 2 other times, once in the final Mountain Dark Series season, and the other time being in the Samsung IndyCar Series season. This is only the third time we've come here on this channel, first time in the Target Series we've come here. Reynolds Marshall front row, we take the green flag, we're racing at Milwaukee. Reynolds sliding wide, and Colucci takes it away. He's going to come back to the start-finish line and lead the first lap in Milwaukee, but Jay Rando pressuring to turn 1. He'll drive to the inside, get the bumper to the 33. Oh, that's early on to give him the bumper, but this is Milwaukee racing. Want to be aggressive here to get to the front. Track position means so much here. Rando's out front. Back behind the 3 wide on lap 1, but they sort it back down to double file. Jay Rando clears to lead. Here comes the 20 car to the inside of Adam McDowell. Reynolds and Luigi stuck up top, dropping back in with the 60 of Marshall. Luigi, nice run off turn 4 on the top side, 3 wide further back. Kashan Rich in the middle, Jeff Bright down low up top, it's Jonathan B for the 15. They are 3 wide, and Jeff Bright making the big moves. His son Eli might be up top 3 wide if the 5 makes the move. Look at that, off turn number 2. Squeezing together, trying to clear it. 29 backs out of the middle. Jeff Bright moving forward, Luke Rainey in front of him. Lloyd still stuck up top. As Luigi gets down in front of Adam McDowell in second. Randall still leads. Mendez now 4th. Alex Reynolds clears for 5th. Trey Rainey up to 6th. Marshall back to 7th. Lloyd is 8th. Rainey is 9th. And Jeff Bright in the 5 rounds out the top 10. A little bit of 3-wide action back here. Keegan Thompson driving back. Landon Lyons making the move to the inside. Minnick and Scott contact the 10, the 12. A car's at the wall further back. Are they wrecking? They have wrecked at the back of the field. Fletcher's in the wall. The yellow flag is up for the first time in Milwaukee. Lap number 4, first yellow flag. Brando back in front. Luigi second. McDowell and Mendez, along with Reynolds, are the top 5. Alex Fletcher, the 1 to crash. They've crashed coming back. And Zachary DeLello, the 01 with heavy damage. Crashed off turn number 4. The accident, the yellow flag, came out for the accident with Alex Fletcher, but DeLello is coming back to the start finish line, take the yellow flag. So we'll see what happened. First yellow flag is out. Fletcher, the 41, involved. There was a lot happening at the back of the field. These drivers are racing 3 wide all over the place, making contact. And Fletcher, the 41, in the middle of the racetrack. Riley Spruce with the 47, the 1 up top. As they go through 1 and 2. See Campana just get a little high right there into the 41. Sends him sliding sideways into the wall hard. He'll get sprayed to him, so the 47 went around all that. That's 3rd in points. Mathis Wells does a great job evading. Hernandez then hits the side of the 41. So all in all, about 3 cars got damage in this. The 41, the 47 spun around, the 31 got some damage as well. And just Campana just got up into the 41. Maybe thought it was clear, just wasn't. It was awfully close to being clear though. Then racing back around, Zachary DeLello in a 3 wide situation with points there range. 25 hits the 01 into the 02. He spins it sideways, and somehow only Leon Campana hit the spinning 01. Watch this off turn number 4. How many cars were hard charging back to the caution flag that could have been involved in this? Look at that. 89 to 17. Evan Hunter barely missed. Tyler Fink barely missed. I mean, that could have been 5-7 race cars. Instead, it was only 2 that got some damage from that. Jay Rando doesn't have any damage. He's out front in the Overton's 300. He's leading at the Milwaukee Mile. Green flag this time by in Milwaukee. Jay Randall, the 52, is in control for the restart. All 40 of our drivers are still left on the racetrack and on the lead lap, so they have chances to gain positions. Even though some of them are slightly damaged, no one really has terrible damage, though, to where they'll be severely off the pace. Jay Randall currently out in front. He's led the majority of laps so far today, but Colucci, the one who led the first lap, is currently lined up in 2nd. Adam McDowell is 3rd. Edwin Mendez 4th, and pole sitter Alex Reynolds rounds out the top 5. Trey Rainey has marched up to 6th. Danny Lloyd 7th. Jack Marshall has fallen back to 8th. Luke Rainey is 9th, and rounding out the top 10 we have Oliver Evans. Jonathan Beeford is 11th. Jeff Bright 12th. Kishon Richardson 13th. 14th. Landon Lyons 15th for Eli Bright. Bronson Maple lineup 16th, 17th Andrew Bean, 18th Noggin Scott, Brett Sierra 19th, and Keegan Thompson rounds up the top 20. Pace car, left turn to pit road. Jay Randall has the field in his hands. He goes early on the restart zone. We're back green at Milwaukee. McDowell did a great job bringing that restart. He closed onto the back of Colucci. 4th place Mendez did not get going at all, and Alex Reynolds all over the back of him. Up at the front. Front 3 clearing away. It's going to take a little bit for them to get side by side again. See a move back there. Lloyd gets forced time because Marshall is 60 drove it hard to the bottom of the racetrack, and Lloyd's going to lose multiple spots here. Luke Rainey will go around the inside. Or will he? Lloyd's around the top. Can he clear Rainey into turn number 1 to keep the spot? Danny Lloyd stays up top because the 22 buried it to the bottom of 1 and 2. This is a battle for 8th. Luke Rainey trying to take it away. He has Oliver Evans behind him. That's why Lloyd doesn't want to get past. He's going to get passed by multiple. 3 cars break away for the lead. Randall, Luigi, and McDowell. 4th place Edwin Mendez might be holding up 5th on back. 5th, 6th, and 7th are trying to close in, but they can't. Lloyd in line now, back to 10th for the 38, but crossover for 9th onto Oliver Evans into turn 1. Got a good round turn 4, got in line, then crossed under down the front stretch. He's going to take 9th back away. Back behind them, the Brights go up the racetrack. Jeff went really wide. He'll halt up the top side with his son and Andrew Bean back behind him. Scott and Sierra jump to the inside to get those spots. Jeff still up the racetrack big time. And they might be 4 wide off the course if they're not careful. Jeff trying to get the run to get clear off Carson Bowers. 25 breaking low, jumping low. He'll get to the 5 and maybe send him up the racetrack. Maybe a little bumper tag there. The 5 once again with the track 3 wide. Oh, contact with Son Eli. John Smith gonna give them some room. And Jeff that car's not working well on the top. He's fading. Oliver Evans forced time the 62. Up front for the lead, Colucci is pressuring Jay Rando. As 3rd place McDowell drops back into the clutches for Edwin Mendez. The front 2 break away. Rando, Luigi. Jay Rando's led all but 1 lap so far today. That was the first one, and that's the one Colucci led here today. So the front 2 runners right now are the only drivers to have led laps here today. First 6 of the battle's on. Trey Rainey has it. Jack Marshall wants it. Luke Rainey gonna join that battle for 6th. 3-horse race for this position as they come off turn number 4. Back to the line. There's a battle brewing for 3rd. Edwin Mendez jumping alone. Adam McDowell to turn number 1. And Alex Reynolds could have gotten low with the base. Stays high for now. Maybe he's going to try and get a run off the corner to get beneath the 20 off turn 2. Reynolds up the racetrack. Trey Rainey with a run to him. Mendez is 3rd now. McDowell back to 4th. Rainey trying to hold off. That's Trey Rainey trying to hold off Jack Marshall. Danny Lloyd joining in in 9th position. 10th place now Landon Lyons, Sean Richardson 11th, Oliver Evans 12th, Scott 13th, Sierra's 14th, Smith is 15th, and Buford drops back in the 15. And where's Jeff Wright got in the 5? He's all the way back to 24th position. That 5 has dropped terribly since this restart. Still, Luigi Wright about half a car length behind the 52, Jay Brando. Watching him, hoping he makes a mistake at some point. It's hard to make passes here. You can see Luigi running just a tick higher. Trying to get around off the corner here down the straightaways. Battle for 4th is on. Reynolds, or Pulse here, jumping low on Adam McDowell for that spot to turn 1, but McDowell blocks him off and keeps the spot and gives him 23 dirty air. There might be a battle for 5th. Trey Rennie might jump low. And Marshall might jump low on Trey. Jack Marshall started outside of the front row. Fell back to about 8th. Got a spot back on the restart. Now trying to move further forward as Trey goes up the racetrack off turn 4. This could be Marshall's chance right here down the straightaway. He might have a nice run going. Off into turn 1. He'll stay behind him for now. As still, Reynolds pressures for 4th. Luigi running a higher lane. That was about a whole lane higher there than the 52. Brando didn't really work out for the 33. Lost some ground down the back straight. Marshall might try and bury it down to the bomb now for 6th. Back behind them, the yellow flag is out as well. Caution for the 2nd time today at Milwaukee. Capana and DeLello may be involved again. Riley Sprue definitely involved in the 47, 3rd in points. Is all torn up on the front end. Randall leads us back to our 2nd yellow flag of the race. As once again, crashing at the back of the field. And this time, 2-time winner this season and 3rd in points, Riley Spurley involved. He will not go back-to-back here today at Milwaukee. Let's see what happens to bring out our 2nd yellow of the Overton's 300. How about a little 4-wide action through 3 and 4? Evan Hunter, the 28, way up top. Jake Galloway, Jennifer Buford, and all the way to the bottom, the 24 of Nathan Green. They're going to get 4 right off the corner. Galloway slides up into the 28 Hunter. It's going to spin that 28 sideways, and around he'll go. They bang off Jennifer Buford and Nathan Green. They go into the inside wall. Canoramo gets by. Fletcher slams on the brakes, but Wells runs into him. And then Wells gets hit by Riley Spurley, who gets up off the ground a little bit by the 31 of Anthony Hernandez. Capana was able to slam on the brakes and miss it. So a few more cars get damaged from this one, although none really are, race ending. I feel like Spurley come down pit road and just cut the hood off that thing, keep going. Some of these cars kind of got bounced around, not really terrible damage. So our 2nd yellow flag of the race in the air for a pileup down the front stretch. Jay Rando has had all but 1 lap today. He's out in front still in the Overton's 300. He'll come back for our 2nd restart of the day out in front. Coming back green just before the halfway point of the Overton's 300 at Milwaukee. Just cleaning up the 2nd caution flag of the race for a crash down the front stretch. Riley Spurgeon has had enough here today. He's taking his car to the garage. He is done for the event. 39 cars are on the lead lap. John Beaver came down pit road under this caution flag. He will restart back in the 39th position. Tough break for the 15, losing all that ground. Jay Rando out in front of the 52. 2nd place, Cole Luigi. Those are the only 2 to have fled laps here today. 3rd place, Edwin Mendez, Adam McDowell. 4th, Alex Reynolds. 5th, Trey Rainey, Jack Marshall, Danny Lloyd, Luke Rainey, and Landon Lyons are the front 10. Back green in Milwaukee. This time the pack kind of stayed better with that race here. Look at this for 4th, Reynolds at the peak. He'll get there this time. Reynolds hits Adam McDowell for 4th. Up in the front, Mendez has a run to Colucci for 2nd as well. Down the back of their race. There's the battle for 2nd. Mendez jumps low on Coluigi. He'll take the spot away. Now, can he do anything with Jay Rando? Can the 33 get in line? 3rd. Reynolds gets to 4th. Luigi keeps 3rd. Battle for 5th. Trey Rainey jumps low on Adam McDowell. Danny Lloyd with them in the 38. Here comes Luke Rainey, the 22, and Landon Lyons, the 10 on the inside. McDowell fighting tough on the top. But the 32 will complete the pass. The 38 will complete the pass. Luke Rainey's jumping inside. The 20 fading back and fast. He needs to find a hole in line. Same with Jack Marshall stuck up top. Rainey will get by in the 22. Adam McDowell way up the racetrack. 3 wide down the front straight. Halfway done with the Overton 300. Close racing at the front of the field. Just outside the top 10. More contact made in the 60. Into the 62, into the 20. They slide up the racetrack. Controlling it for now. Still green. 29, 20 bang doors. Multiple cars are in the bottom. The 60, the 20 are still stuck on top and fading. Marshall drives wide. Look at all the ground they've lost. McDowell restarted. Up at the front in 4th. He's outside of the top 10 back, battling to to stay inside the top 15. Tyler Fink, starting last row, is about to pass him. How about Tyler Fink's march through the field? Started towards the back of the field, but has not affected him one bit. He's charging to the front, trying to get inside the top 15. Up in the front battle for a top 10 spot. Brett Sierra has been on charge late in the season, jumping on Landon Lyons just in front of Oliver Evans as well. Evans could get the bottom of the right there in lines with a nice run at the top. Luke Rain passes brother Trey for 6th. Meanwhile, at the front, Luigi pressuring Mendez for 2nd now. Under 20 to go, 19th at the start-finish line. Oliver Evans cleared for 8th. Sierra now for 9th on Lyons. Marshall coming back in the 60 after fading back. Trying to get back inside the top 10. He's looking for 11th now on that 10 car. Excuse me, looking for 10th on the 10 car. He's to the inside, so Jack Marshall with a nice rotation there. He'll get to 10th at the start-finish line. Back here, McDowell still trying to find a hole in line in front of Jonathan Rains. He'll do it. Rains moves to 19th, so our points leader having a decent day. Could be a lot better, could be a lot worse though. Rains doing a good job just minimizing points lost to maybe some drivers that might move forward in points. Randall pulling away, but goes up the racetrack a little through 3 and 4. We'll see if Mendez can close him because of that miscue. Oh, he has a huge run. Look at Mendez with the run down the front stretch in turn 1. What can he do with it? He wasn't close enough though, but closed him in. 4 cars under a blanket for the lead. Brando, Mendez, Luigi, and Reynolds. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 5th place is Danny Lloyd trying to regain ground. Luke Rainey is 6th. Trey Rainey 7th on the charge. It's Oliver Evans in 8th. Moving up inside the top 10, looking for 7th now on Trey. And Brett Sierra 9th also charging forward. Watch out for the 62 and the 98. If this race stays green, they have good cars right now. And Mendez still pressuring Rando to turn number 1. If that 52 goes wide like he did a few laps going 3 and 4, watch out. And that 32, I don't think he's up to pace right now. Looks like his car might be fading a little bit in this long run because he's stacked up the 62, 98, 60, 10, and 29 all behind him. It's a pack from 7th to 12th that's stacked up here inside the top 10. Again, Mendez a run off turn 4. Can he take it to the inside? For 3rd, there might be battles Wells. Reynolds over the back of Coluigi. He'll look low for 3rd. Mendez looking low for the lead, but the 52 blocks him off. There's the battle for 3rd. Pole sitter Alex Reynolds coming back to the front. So Reynolds to a podium position down the backstretch. Try to take it away from Coluigi. With that 33 being side by side with the 23 comes Danny Lloyd into the picture. And the front 2 pulling away. 33 will fall outside the top 5 possibly. Back to 5th now as Lloyd moves around to 4th. And Luke Rainey's still coming. And Luke right here for 5th. Jumping low in the 33. Rainey's still there to the inside. Back behind them, Sierra shoved wide with Oliver Evans. They lose tons of time down the backstretch. Yeah, I think the 98 maybe get the 6-2 a bumper, and maybe they made some contact and sent them both really wide. Evans got back in line, but Sierra's still stuck up top now. You can try and get him behind this 05 right here in front of the 66 and Nanko. It has been all Jay Randall at the front of this race. Evans slides wide, trying to send the 29 at the racetrack. He'll get by Kashawn Richardson for that spot. Back at the front of the field, Mendez has lost ground to Rando as Reynolds and Lloyd try to close in 3rd and 4th. Luke Rainey's up to 5th, and Coluigi back to 6th. That 33 is fading on this long run. Trey Rainey's starting to come back to life. Marshall's 8th, Lyons is 9th. Oliver Evans back up to 10th. Bean for 11th. Sierra finally in line for a Tyler Fink. He's fell back to 15th after being 9th just a few laps ago. How about McDowell regaining ground? Up to 17th. Trying to regain some more spots as well. Nanako for 12th on Kashawn Richardson. John Smith will go high. Sierra will jump low at the first opportunity to do so. Back to the front of the field. The battle for 3rd still on. 12 to go for Jay Rando, who's led all but 1 lap here today in the Overton's 300. Reynolds and Lloyd trying to close in 3rd and 4th. They have a little bit of a faster race car right now than the 40 of Edwin Mendez. They are faster than our race leader as well. Battle for 7th. Trey Rainey has it. Marshall wants it. Landon Lyons wants them both. 11 to go at the start-finish line for these front runners. $11 laps to go, 11 miles remain. Does Jay Randall make another mistake like he did a few laps ago where he goes up the racetrack? Back behind them, there's the move for 7th. Marshall's finally going to get by Trey Rainey. He's going to bring the 10 of Lyons with them. Trey now stuck up top, can't get down before the 6-2 Oliver Evans gets there. Evans going to dive it hard into the corner to make sure that he can try and get there. He's got a chance. We'll see if Trey gets the run at the top to clear. 10 laps remain at Milwaukee. Here's our highest battle right now. It's for the 9th position. Trey Rainey gets down from Oliver Evans. The battle for 7th is looming as Lyons tries to get by Jack Marshall. There's a battle for 5th. Luke Rainey has it. Colucci wants it. 3rd place has pulled away. Alex Reynolds is running down the 40 of Edwin Mendez and fast. And Mendez ran down Jay Randall. Goes wide through 3 and 4. 9 to go. 4 cars for the lead and the win. Mendez back onto the back of Jay Randall, who had a horrible last lap. Wondering if he's trying to save some stuff though, but I wouldn't want to let them get that close. A little bit of a defensive line down the backstretch, a little bit lower than he should be. Trying to make it work. Now Mendez up the racetrack. See if Reynolds can try to get to the inside. Lloyd in 4th is kind of falling off here. And here comes the battle for 5th. Luigi closing on Luke Rainey. Under 10 to go. Games are going to start being played for sure. Jay Reynolds, he just playing with the 40 and the 23, saying, I'm close, start pushing your stuff, and then they're going to wear their stuff out, and then 52 can pull back away. Or is this car just fading? Because now the 38 Danny Lloyd's closing back in. This is going to be a 4-car race for the win. 7 to go. Ran out the racetrack. There's Mendez with a peek to the inside. Can he get there? He is down there. Side by side for the lead. The first challenge Reynolds had all day long. Mendez kept it buried to the bottom of 3 and 4 right here. We'll see what Reynolds and Lloyd can do now, 3rd and 4th. Mendez, not quite clear yet. Randall fights back on the top. 6 to go here in Milwaukee. Reynolds will stay high. Lloyd will jump low in the 38. Luke Rennie joined the party. 5 cars now here. Mendez gonna clear Randall this time by. That could be all she wrote. The 40 could pull away now possibly. With 6 to go. Randall's not done yet. He'll dive low to keep 2nd. Lloyd will move to 3rd. Luke Rennie up the racetrack. Here comes Luigi to move back inside the top 5. And Landon Lyons coming forward. Just got by Jack Marshall for 7th. 5 to go. Yellow flag would end the race early. Lap traffic ahead. It is the 87 of Mathis Wells. Came in 2nd in points. Does he impact the ending? Luigi to 4th. Reynolds all the way back to 5th. Luke Rainey 6th. The 23 still fading. The 22 moves low. For the lead. Mendez a little bit slower in traffic. 4 to go this time by. The 40 is by the 87. 52 by the 87. It's a 2-car race for the front spot. Can Randall get back around the 40? Has he cooled his stuff down to make one final charge? Lloyd and Luigi going to move around Mathis Wells. Very simply, the 87 is going to the outside, letting these race leaders have their say. Luigi with a better run through 3 and 4 right there. Kept it tougher on the bottom. Landon Lyons up inside the top 5. Where does he come from? How about Jack Marshall moving back up to 6th? And Reynolds trying to get back by Luke Rainey. They're going to be 3 wide around the lap car. Contact being made. Reynolds banging doors with Luke Rainey for a position inside the top 10. Force the 22 out of the way. Oh, that's the battle for 7th. Here's the battle for the win and the lead. 2 to go this time by for Edwin Mendez. Yeah, he's trying to pull away from Jay Randall. The 52 not letting him do it. There's a battle for 4th. Lyons trying to get by Luigi. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. As Jack Marshall's going to join the fun. Back there, Reynolds. Still side by side with Rainey. The 22 finally surrenders the position as Evans will move around. Andrew Bean and Casey Nanko also have a shot to move around. There's a battle for 5th. It's Jack Marshall, get by Luigi. But coming to the white flag, Edwin Mendez has a mirrorful of Jay Rando. A mile left in Milwaukee. Edwin Mendez trying to hold off Jay Rando. Rando dominated this whole race. But Mendez, the first one to challenge him, got around him. Rando looking for any sort of bobble out of the 40. They'll have a shot for the win. But no sort of bobble has come quite yet. Final time through 3 and 4. Edwin Mendez into it cleanly. Rando dives it in. Off turn number 4. Checker flag is in the air. A steal for Edwin Mendez. He gets by Rando to win in Milwaukee. Lloyd, Lyons, and others come across the start-finish line in a frenzy dash to the checkered flag. The 40 of Edwin Mendez steals the win from Jay Rando in a late race pass over Jay Rando. Let's go see the finish results in the point standings. Here are the finish results from the Overton's 300 at the Milwaukee Mile. We had 3 caution flags today for 8 laps. I believe 1 came out after the checkered flag was called. And 2 lead changes, 3 drivers saw the lead here today at Milwaukee. And the one out in front at the end, it was Edwin Mendez, led 7 laps en route to victory lane. They were the final 7 laps. Jay Rando ends up in second. Heartbreaking for him as he dominated, leading 37 of the 45 laps. But the car went away at the end and he couldn't get back around the 40 of Mendez. Danny Lloyd battles up to get third. Landon Lyons, how about his run in fourth? He moves to second in the points. And Jack Marshall, good day inside the top 5. Colucci led the first lap of this race from third starting position. He ends up finishing in the 6th position. Alex Reynolds from the pole ends up in 7th. Oliver Evans 8th. Andrew Bean 9th. And Luke Rennie rounds out the top 10. Casey Nackle gets 11th, Tyler Fink 12th, John Smith 13th, Brett Sierra 14th, 15th for Trey Rainey. Sean Richardson gets 16th, 17th, Adam McDowell, Carson Bowers 18th, 19th, Nogin Scott, and Jonathan Rains rounds out the top 20 in the O2 car. Rains with a decent day. He actually extended his points just a bit over Landon Lyons, obviously extended it over Mathis Wells, who had a dismal day here today at Milwaukee. 21st to Jack Canaramo, Justin Zidell 22nd, Special Kukulon 23rd, Freddie Soto 24th, Nathan Green 25th. Bron Smith gets 26th, Evan Hunter 27th, Jeff Bright 28th, 29th Marshall Burrow, 30th Keegan Thompson, Jonathan Buford 31st, 32nd Jake Galloway, Eli Bright 33rd, Jennifer Buford 34th, 35th Anthony Hernandez, 36th Liam Capana, and 37th for Zachary DeLello. Alex Fletcher, Mathis Wells both 1 lap down here today, and Riley Spurgeon took the only car to retire from the race, out in the 40th position. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points after 8 races in the season. It's still Jonathan Rains on top of the points, a whole 50 up on Landon Lyons, who now moves into 2nd. 3rd place, Mathis Wells, drop back in points. Danny Lloyd now 4th, and Brett Searing was inside the top 5. Nogin Scott 6th, Riley Spurgeon down to 7th, Jack Marshall 8th, Anthony Nez is now 9th, and Keegan Thompson holding steady inside the top 10. Nathan Green currently 11th in points, Jack Canaramo is 12th, Colucci up to 13th, 14th Marshall Burrow, Luke Rennie is now 15th, Alex Reynolds 16th, Eli Bright all the way down to 17th with a bad run, Bronson Make 18th, Jonathan Buford 19th, and John Smith rounds up the top 20. So far, 2 wild cards, Eli Bright 17th his win, and 11th in points Nathan Green, only though 13 back of a top 10 spot, still very close in the point standings. Still going to be some shuffling going around in terms of drivers who maybe have a bad day or have a good day. Casey Nackle now 21st in points, Andrew Bean 22nd, Jay Rando 23rd, Sean Richardson in 24th, and 25th for Trey Rainey. Jeff Bright now 26th, Jake Galloway 27th, Edwin Mendez, the win moves him up to 28th, getting closer to the top 20. 29th for Zachary DeLello, 30th Carson Bowers, Evan Hunter 31st, 32nd Freddie Soto, Jeffrey Buford in 33rd, Tyler Fink his win based down 34th, 35th Oliver Evans, Liam Capana is 36th, Adam McDowell 37th, Alex Fletcher 38th, 39th for Sebastian Kukulon, and Justin Zidell down 40th in the points, but he has had decent days the last few races, closing in now on Kukulon. So that's 8 races down, and the next one, just like today, very, very different. We're going to go Roval Racing at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 3M225. I will see you guys then.